Hello everyone, Jason here, or Zoli. I've been really enjoying this new game, Godstrike. It's a bullet hell battler where your time is your life. And it's pretty stressful and pretty action-packed, so I figured I'd make some tutorials on this as well. I think it's really fun. I'm going to change up the format a little bit on this, just because the action is so fast. I figured what I would do is I would record myself playing. I have the recording here, and we're going to kind of go through the battle and each of the phases and moves that the boss does, and I'm just going to talk about it. If you don't like the format or want to leave some feedback on it, go ahead and put the chat below, but I'm happy to work on it, and hopefully this helps you with all the future bosses. Just keep in mind, this boss here I know is the tutorial boss and is a little bit easy, but I'm going to do all the bosses, I hope. So I just wanted to start on this one so that I could kind of get the rhythm for it and hopefully it helps someone, you know? Alright, so first boss here we're going to talk about is Tutorial. So before we kind of get started here, what I want to talk about is your flash, or in this game what they call the Herald step. So what you have to do is up here, what you have to do is this, every time you collect one of these blue orbs that they call a soul in this game, you will get a charge of it. And when you flash, one thing that you have to keep in mind is if you flash, you see this? When you flash, it depletes it. And I just flashed on top of another orb, and it didn't refund it. What happens is this little icon here will sort of dim just slightly for a short time after you flash. And what will happen is you won't be able to pick up or refresh. You'll still be able to pick up the souls, but you won't be able to refresh this until a short ways after. So watch it and see that little shing, or that just that little flash of light that happened. That means I can now go in and get other orbs to refresh my Herald step. So just keep that in mind. Flashing onto other orbs is not as good. You just want to flash and then go in. Alright, so that's kind of all I want to talk about here for that. Now, let's get into their moves. So the first move is a very basic thing here. It's just they shoot them out in a line. You just want to stand in between them. Don't move, just shoot. They're teaching you some very basic things here in this tutorial. So next is the rock throw. It's just sort of introing you to circle strafing, which is basically just you're moving sideways. Like if the boss was here, you're just moving in a circle around him left to right. And so you can see here, I'm just circle strafing. Alright, now, so let me show you again. I'll just sort of back up here to the rock throw. So yeah, so you can see I'm just circle strafing and dodging it very easily. Alright, so the next move they have is the, it's sort of an outward rock shooting. Now, I want to kind of comment here just real quick. As you can see, these lines are not sort of a straight on line. What's going to happen is they're going to kind of bend and move. So if you go in there and you really want to be aggressive against this boss, you're going to have to be careful because they'll kind of move in that sort of way. Alright, next is more circle strafing. So most of phase 2 is, oh, I want to show you that. Okay, so most of phase 2 is going to be circle strafing. So it's just avoiding the giant slam and then the rocks coming out of here. Now, this is kind of one thing that I thought might work, that I tested for you all and took some damage for. My theory was that if you go underneath him when you jump, you might be able to dodge him, but you cannot do that. You're going to take damage, so you just all you want to do in this is just circle. So as you can see here, the rest of the time, all I'm going to be doing is circling and then just shooting. He repeats that, so he's going to jump, and I go around and circle. Yep, jump, round, circle. So it's all about circle strafing. This game, a lot of bullet hell games are doing this. This laser here, super easy to dodge. All you want to do is just stay horizontal with them. Don't be above, don't be below. The laser is slow enough so that if you do get caught by it, you can just move around, just more circle strafing, and then you'll be all set. Alright, so this next sort of phase here, once they get to like 25% or so on phase 2, you can see the phases down here. This is the squares down here are how many like phases they have, and like each time you have to do the full bar. So I kind of thought about it in a couple ways. So this first way here is if I want to play safe, what I can do is I can just stay up here on the top right. If I have enough time, I can just kind of shoot and move left and right and so on and so forth, and it's just super safe. The other way is just kind of a little bit more, I don't know, it's more dangerous, but it's much faster. So what you want to do is just come into one of the sections. I chose just the bottom part because it's easier, and just kind of shoot the rocks until they explode. And then what you do is you kind of wrap around, because you see how they're making a hole there, and then you can just sort of push them over once that's open. You know, it's such a short amount of time. All you need to do is just shoot a few of them and just make that small opening and go forward. All right, third phase. There is just sort of one move to the third phase. What they're going to do is they're going to do this purple stuff right up here. It's going to come in waves, so just top to bottom, wave, wave, wave. And you just want to make sure you stand in the middle of them right here. And then what you do is they're always going to do a charge. So as soon as it gets to the middle one, the bottom middle one, they're going to charge across. So what I do is I just position myself just directly horizontal, and then just sort of move back and forth. And I'm just going above and just back and forth over and over again, because that will just give you enough time to sort of move over. So as soon as they start moving, you're already starting the move. So you can see here, I'm already starting the move when the purple lasers are coming down. So you can see here the lasers spawn. I'm already starting to move up to be in the right position, and then I just continue that move across. Cool. Then he'll do the rocks thing again. So they're a little bit faster and they go out a little bit wider, but you can still range them. And then, yeah, again, you just dodge those rocks and you just kill them. So that's it. That's the first boss. Super simple. The next video is coming with the next boss, and that's going to be a little bit more advanced, and I'll show you some more techniques there. Bye.